On the road at the speed of Mike. In this episode, we're going to be checking out Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument, which is in southern Arizona, right on the Mexican border. It's kind of southwest of Tucson, due south of Phoenix area. So I think the most basic question is, compared to Saguaro National Park, which is in Tucson, how does Organ Pipe stack up? And I will say it has more variety but less impact. So Saguaro, it seems like the cactuses there are bigger and more prominent and more numerous. So you'll have just like tons and tons of saguaros in your view, and some of them are just gigantic. It's really impressive looking. Organ Pipe is just a lot of varieties. There are saguaros there, but there's also the Organ Pipe, which is what I really wanted to see, just because it's different, not because it's really any better or anything. It's just kind of like thinner spires, but there's multiple springing out of one thing. And I guess it's probably the next biggest thing to a saguaro, but it's definitely not the biggest cactus.
plan before we get married.
How you doing, buddy? You all right? Yeah. All right, let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on.
boy. All right. Goose. Want to go back? Want to go up? Up? Yes, correct.
So Oregon Pipe costs $25 entry to go into. You can drive into the main road that services it, and there's kind of some stop viewpoints, I guess you could say, or inlets into other hikes and stuff. And you can go to the visitor center for free. And you can see the Oregon Pipes and a lot of Sonoran desert scenery and mountains and stuff just from there. You don't necessarily need to pay to go in. I'd recommend, if you do decide to go here for whatever reason, make it like an overnight kind of thing or a really full day, because it's a decent sized park and there are things to do. Otherwise, if you just want kind of the Sonoran Desert feel, go to Saguaro. It's just easier to get to. Oregon Pipe probably has more hiking opportunities and stuff, I'd say. Or not necessarily more, but maybe more extensive. I only did one section, which was the Ajo Loop Road. It's about 20 miles on a dirt road, which isn't like super great. It'd be better if it was paved. On the Ajo Road, there's a bunch of little viewpoints and stop off things, and the main thing to see is Double Arch, So this is like, there's a big arch on top of a mountain, and on top of that there's a smaller arch. And it's really pretty cool looking. You can hike up to it, and the hike says it's short, but it's definitely longer than what it says. So the double arch hike is super vertical going up after you get past the main path. And I'm sure the view is spectacular. I didn't get to see it, but I just didn't want to kill my dog. He was looking at me like, you really didn't want to go. Goose, wake up! Wake up, look! Can you see him? He's right there. And he is almost 12 years old. He's 3 months until he's gonna be 12. So he's getting a little older, and I was pushing him to go pretty far. And he did not want to go, so we ended up canceling it. But from what I did see, it was pretty fun hike. It would have been a great view if I saw it. And then there is, I think it's the Estes Trail that goes through some mountains and stuff, and then there's a couple campground. This is all on there's a lot of variety. It's a great view of the Sonoran atmosphere. The mountains are awesome. There are things to see. It's just out of the way, and Saguaro is just easier, and I think the cactuses are cooler. You know, it's a little more concise, I guess you could say. But if you do happen to be going through this way, it's worth a stop. Even if you're just driving past the visitor center on the main road, it's a lot of flowers and junk. Oh, so this time of year is it's about March 20th, and it was raining a lot. It was raining when I came in, which is great for making everything green and you know, having growth and flowers blooming and all that jargon. But it was pretty overcast and dark for points of my stay here, and that didn't make it feel as much like a desert as when I was in Saguaro. So that might be something kind of skewing my view of it. Probably not too much though, I'd say. Because I mean, I'm not saying this is a bad place, it's just not as easy to get to, which might be a benefit to you if you are staying here, because there's not going to be as many people as there would be in Saguaro, probably. And obviously Saguaro is the main comparison to it, just because it's the same ecosystem, same kind of plants and stuff in the most part. Except I don't remember there are any organ pipes in Saguaro, so that's a big difference, I guess. But another park I would compare it to, organ pipe, is Big Bend in Texas. And Big Bend's way better, in my opinion. I mean, it's bigger. There's like a lot more environments and like things to do. The Rio Grande and like Jesus and all that stuff. But Oregon Pipe is also on the Mexican border, and that has kind of a similar feel, I guess. There's signs that say there might be border crossings or smugglers coming across and to report them, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of similar to Big Bend, although I think Big Bend, it's not really as much of an issue just because it's probably farther from the highway, if I'm remembering correctly. Overall, I didn't plan on doing this video. I was doing a cross-country road trip, bringing my dog back from New Jersey to California, and this is a place I'd always seen on the map, and figured I might as well check it out. And here I am. Kind of like already done a lot of the portions of the country, so there isn't anything I can do as extensive as that other first set of videos I did. But this place turned out to be pretty scenic, and I was taking a lot of pictures, so here we are. I hope you have a better idea of whether Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument is worth going to or not, or you just think the pictures and video are pretty. Hopefully you are somewhat entertained, but did my best. Until next time. Oh.